Pop, go to Weasel, cause the Weasel say pop. Yeah, come.
Yeah. Half a pound of tuppenny rice, half a pound of treacle. That's the way the money goes. Pop goes the weasel.
A friend in need is a pest.
You're gonna be a successful WWF villain hated by millions.
To me, a macho man isn't a man that slaps a woman around and wears 12 chains. It's a guy that will do the best he can to feed his family and not infringe on your privacy. That's a good man to me. And it doesn't hurt to marry a woman that has a lotto ticket, whipped cream, and owns a liquor store. It's a race, so that's what I want to find. Exactly. Ray Stevens was married to a woman wrestler. She was about 10 years older than Ray. She was tough. And Ray told me she wasn't that tough. He said, I used to have her on her knees twice a week begging. I said, did you hit her? He said, no, she was telling me to come out from under the bed and fight like a man. I said, how old were you, Ray, when you first had your first romantic interlude? He said, I was 6 years old. I said, 6? Where did you go? He said, I don't know, I was too drunk to remember. Nick was telling me that he had an affinity for toys. Big snowmobiles. Oh, yeah. If you had a snowmobile, Ray would say, oh, I want one just like that, but with a big horn. And a big, put two motors on it. Yeah, he liked it. Yeah. And then you could get things cheap from Ray. Say you wanted a boat. That's a hell of a boat, Ray. It's $25,000. No one's got one like it. You're kidding. Thing was 800 miles an hour. Hey, come here. I'll give you 30 grand for that boat. He'd give the guy 30 grand for the boat. Then you wait a couple months and Ray gets bored with it. Say, Ray, what do you want for the boat? Give me 10. Yeah. You could always do that with Ray. He wouldn't take advantage of it, but Ray didn't care. He didn't care. He cashed a check one night in Milwaukee for $20,000. I said, Ray, why don't you keep the check? He said, how much cash? Cash? What are you going to do? There's no cash. So he had a big silver Halliburton. He gave it to Dennis Hilgard, and Dennis said, you want cash? He said, yeah. Dennis said, well, it's going to take me a little bit to count this. Okay. Dennis comes back down in about an hour and a half. He's got the thing full of money. He said, here, Ray. Ray said, thank you. He said, count it. So Ray opens it, takes a stack of money, and goes, 1, 2, 3, it's all here. That was it. Could have been 9 grand, and the Ray didn't know. He was just trusting and didn't want to care. Oh, yeah. That's the way Ray and I were. We'd have the same match in Paducah, Kentucky, with the gun. A lot of guys I only take bumps for the top guys. Yeah. Then you're shortchanging the people that are feeding you. Yeah. I think. Yeah. I mean, I buried my mother and my grandmother and raised my daughter and fed my family with the money I've made from the fans. Well, Flair really, for the last few years, was abused by WCW. But you don't forget, Rick had a good contract with them. And he didn't want to go back on the road up to New York and do all that. Who knows if he could have gotten back in there. If you want to go someplace and they know it, they'll make it hard on you. They'll take you when they want you. And so he had a great deal there, but they will abuse you if they can. Because it was run now by people that don't know wrestling. But Eric Bischoff, that have no respect for what this man Ric Flair has done. Or any of us has done. No sense of history. No. No, they know about history. 4 guys came over from England and sang a song. I guess. I don't know who Pat O'Connor was. And guys like that. And Pepper Gomez. All the ribs I pull on Pepper. He was short, down, I jump over him, and then he'd get it again. So now I tell him, shoot me up and drop down. No, I'll shoot you up. You hit me with a tackle, I'll drop down, you jump over me. So I'd throw him off, he'd hit me with a tackle, I would drop down, if he came to jump over me, I'd raise up about an inch. And I'd catch his toe and he'd trip. I said, can't you get those little legs up higher? So we're working in a ring one night in Portland, Indiana at a fairgrounds. And the ring's at an angle because it's on a track. Oh, okay. So 1-2 means I hit you, you hit me. So I hit at the back pip of the rope, I said 1-2 and follow me. Bang, I hit him, he hit me, I took a bump out of the ring on the low side. I ran around to the high side, rolled in. He runs around there and his nose is on the apron. He says, very funny, amigo. He gets back into the ring. We lock up, I back myself up into the high turnbuckle. I said, arm drag me. So he arm drags me out there, but he can't stop rolling. You know, he's going downhill. So about a week later, we're wrestling Dr. Big Bill Miller and Pepper Gomez, Rene Goulet and I, at the Richmond, Indiana ballpark on July 4th at noon. It rained till 11:58. Stop, sun comes out. Oh God, we're gonna get muddy and dirty. Just because you're the last match and everybody walking to the ring is gonna make the ring dirty. So we get in the ring, I see this huge mud puddle up behind the chairs. Now Bill Miller was 6'6", 350. Amateur wrestler from the University of Ohio. Very tough man. Pepper Gomez was Mr. Junior America in 1949. And Goulet and I were his wrestlers. So I told Pepper, I said, take me out behind the chairs and nail me. I'll take a bump in the puddle. He says, okay, amigo, but don't get me dirty. Now, what could he been thinking? So he takes me out behind the puddle and he nails me. I take a bump in the puddle on my back and I turn on my stomach and I grab his ankles. And just push them together. Well, you can't walk. I hear him say, no, amigo. No. And he goes face down in the mud. As he does, now this puddle's about 15 by 15, size of a room. As he goes down the mud, your first tendency is to dig yourself out. So I jump on his back. He's just going to get deeper. As I get out of the mud, he gets up, he can't even see. And Goulet picks him up and slams him again in the mud. We went back in the ring, and here is 6'6", 350-pound Big Bill Miller yells out, don't get me dirty. I said, there's not a chance. We got counted out, we went back, and Pepper and I and Goulet were in the showers for about an hour. I had gravel where I didn't know I had places. Oh, yeah. Was he mad at me? Then I took him to a car wash one day, Pepper. Just as we got to the hot wax, I pushed the window down on his side. I go, God, it's jammed again. And the wax is coming in on. I got soaked too, but I didn't care. I had leather seats. Oh, what happened to me? He goes, you didn't know. The lever gets jammed. Why wouldn't you know? I told her, I said, you beat Nick one more time, you get to keep him.
To put the word in the streets.